Helena was born in a house on Florian Street in Hamtramck in 1919. She moved the next year to her parents' native Poland, where she lived and went to a school in a region near the city of Lublin. Congratulations, Helena Wasacz, the last inductee for the Hamtramck Libraries Hall of Honor. Congratulations.
My name is Walter Wasacz, and I am the son of Helena Wasacz, who is a member of the Hall of Honor and is being remembered today during this program. Helena Wasacz was born in August 1919 in a house on Florian Street. Much of what she accomplished in just short of 93 years was done in Hamtramck, a place she championed and fiercely defended. She saw no reason to leave. Her business was here in a storefront on the corner of Edwin and Gallagher. The Polish National Alliance, where she served as vice president for Council 122, Lodge 1758 for decades, was just around the corner. St. Florian and Our Lady, Queen of Apostles, two churches she attended, were within walking distance. She never drove a car until she was hobbled by chronic lung ailments and later hip replacement surgery. She walked everywhere to do her shopping or to take her beloved Bartek, a rescue dog she acquired from the Michigan Humane Society after seeing him profiled on a TV news broadcast, to Zussman Park. She seldom complained, even as her health declined. She missed walking the most, but she could do most everything else and do it with independence. It was my privilege to witness her strength, endurance, and dignity until the end of her life. Helena Wasacz, my mother, died June 23, 2012 at Detroit Receiving Hospital. She had a remarkable and inspiring life. Soon after she was born, her parents, Ludwig Nowak and Mariana Kaminska, chose to return to a newly independent Poland, where she grew up and attended school. In the late 1930s, as war approached in Europe, she made plans to return to the U.S. She boarded a ship for America in Gdynia, arriving in New York only weeks before Poland was invaded, September 1, 1939. Soon she was back in Hamtramck, living with cousins. I believe some of these first few pictures show her standing near her new American home on Eveline, west of Joseph Campo. Other pictures show her outside our garage on Gallagher, at dinner parties or banquets, with my dad in his U.S. Army uniform, and another, I think, was taken on Belle Isle, where my parents would often go to enjoy the riverfront. The 1940s were an active decade for my mother. She met my dad, Walter Wasacz. She worked for the Briggs Company in a munitions factory on Mount Elliott near Otter Drive. Women were becoming a part of the war effort, and my mom was on the domestic front lines. It was there that she learned to speak English, and also while working at Chrysler's Lynch Road plant after the war, from 1948 to 1960. Her English and Polish were fluent, but she always said she wished to have a larger English vocabulary and to have received more education. If she had, she told me, she would have become a teacher. In 1960, she was laid off from Chrysler. Instead of waiting to be called back, she enrolled in beauty school, then above Cunningham Drug Store on Joseph Campo and Kniff. And by 1962, she was working at a salon on 2nd Avenue at Pallister in Detroit's News Center. The following year, my father helped renovate the storefront at our house, which had been Joe's Grocery and Butcher Shop, into the Edwin Beauty Salon. My mom opened her business in 1963 and worked there until 2001, when she retired. She would have continued, she told me, if she hadn't outlived most of her clientele. She was 81 when she stopped cutting hair. My dad, who worked for the city of Hamtramck as a superintendent of public works, preceded her in death. He died in 1974. In 2002, the shop was renovated once again, this time by Sandra Kramer, her late husband Jim Shaw, and their friends, and became Barbarella. My mom was thrilled that the space was filled with young people, music, and laughter. It made her happy that the business had a hip young client base. Not to mention the fact that guitarist Jack White would come to the salon to get his hair straightened. She liked Jack. Her retirement was also independent and fruitful. She worked in her garden every spring and summer. She cooked and cleaned for herself, paid every bill on time, and managed the affairs of the house. I helped, but she was the executive director on all major projects. We spent evenings together watching news on politics or world events and talking about movies. She still had crushes on her favorite actors. Robert Taylor was her favorite, and politicians JFK and Bill Clinton. A letter from President Clinton thanking her for thanking him for coming to lunch at the Polish Village Cafe during the 1996 presidential campaign still hangs on her bedroom wall. She met actress Stephanie Powers. She felt privileged to work with local and national P&A leaders like Stella Szczesny and Paul Odrobina, and she had a decades-long friendship with Paul's mother, Kazimiera Odrobina. In the late 1990s, she was named the city's representative for Wayne County's Agency on Aging by then-Mayor Gary Zitch. She gravitated towards smart, community-minded people and enjoyed talking to Thaddeus Radziłowski at Piast Institute and Mayor Karen Majewski. She also felt privileged to meet the former president of Poland, Aleksander Kwaśniewski, at a talk at the University of Michigan. For years, she corresponded with the wife of a Polish government cabinet minister, Emil Wasacz, a relation on my dad's side of the family. She remained active in the P&A and represented her Council 122 as a member of the Polish-American Central Citizens Committee and the Polish-American Congress. She was named P&A District 10 Woman of the Year in 2011. She was named to the Hamtramck Public Library Hall of Honor in 2007. My mom always thought of others first. She donated to causes and charities she believed in. She gave to the Capuchin Order. She sent parcels full of clothes to Poland every year. The most recent package arrived in the village near her girlhood home just weeks before her passing. She is missed in Poland. She is missed in Hamtramck, and I miss her dearly.